What's good with y'all boys? It's Ricey and we back with another video. And for today's video, I'm giving you guys another guide, sorta kinda. This is the part 2 to the original guide. If you didn't watch that, I definitely recommend going to watch that. This one is more so advanced tips and trying to just give y'all tips on something you've never heard about Iron Fist. I know this character is getting banned almost every single game right now, and I'm experiencing it. If you've been watching my streams, you know what's happening. But I still think this character is extremely strong this season, and I would like to give you guys more tips on how to play him whenever you do get to play him in your games, chat. This will not be a beginner like guide, like beginner friendly type of guide. This will be like more advanced tips, just to help you guys, for the people who are sweating in higher ranks with Iron Fist. If you want to play him in higher ranks, this is the guide that you want to look for. But if you play him in lower ranks, I definitely recommend checking out the first guide, chat. Alright, to start off this guide, I want to talk about Iron Fist block, and there's a lot of extra things that I've learned about Iron Fist block. With Dragon defense, basically his block, whenever you block, you go into like this stance right here, you get a 30% damage reduction, and you can deal more damage over time than you would normally do with the normal clicks. So some things that I learned about this little right click right here is whenever you run out of your form and you just have the block on cooldown, you can actually punch anything with a health bar and you end up gaining your block back. So if you punched a Penny Nest, or you punched a Namor turret, or a Loki clone, or even rockets, you actually get your block back just from punching those things. So in my opinion, this is like way better than how we thought it was before, because it's not just normal health bars, it's basically anything with a health bar, like I said. And also, if you do end up using this ability, you do have a longer range with the Dragon's defense active. So you see here, I can't hit her, but as soon as I punch it, as soon as I press it, I have a longer range. So I definitely recommend using this for chasing people down. Like if you're too far and you feel like they're just way too far from you, it actually looks like if you jump as well, you get a further range. Whoa, hold on, I literally just figured that out. What the hell? But okay, yeah, so if you jump and if you use your block, you get a longer range than what you would do if you're just standing on the ground. So you see here, like I'm standing, I can't punch her, but if I jump, now I can punch her. Or if I use my Dragon's defense, I can punch her right after. 1 second. Use my Dragon's defense, I can punch her. So this goes back to one of my first guides, and what I was saying is you should always be in the air if you're going to dive, because you have clearly a further range than you would have if you're just sitting on the ground, as you can see here. And then I jump and now I have a further range, as you can see. This also means that if you jump, you can actually track flyers easier. As you can see here, I can't track her, but as soon as I jump, I can actually just track her farther. For fly heroes, this is really good because you can just auto track from basically wherever, like if you really tried to. And like I said, jumping gives you more range, so you should be able to just one tap him like that. Also wanted to let you guys know that with Iron Fist block, if you didn't know, you can actually fly with it. So using this as an escape tool is really important. But what you want to do when using this is try not to jump. You want to let the punches just pull you forward to use it as an escape. Don't like jump and fuck up your movement, because it'll just like make it a lot harder for you, and then as soon as you come out of the jumps, you won't have any jumps left. So I recommend using the jumps in this form extremely safe. But yeah, usually if I use kick early and I use it to secure a kill, I'll usually use my overhealth that I got from my block and use it to get out using the punches. Just like that, and it'll usually get you out like 90% of the time. Most of the time people can't really track you in the air. And then also, like I said, you can use double jumps in the midst of you using that, so you can like move further. But like I said, if you use too many of them, you won't have any jumps and you'll just be caught in the air like this and be a free pick. So be careful if you're going to use that like that. Alright, the next thing I wanted to talk about was the Iron Fist kick. Like I said in my original guide, with his kick, you can bunny hop, and there is a little bit of tech to it. So if you're looking straight up, you will go further than you would normally. And then obviously if you hit the ground and then you jump right after, you will go flying like a bunny hop, as you can see here. But even if you're looking at the ground, you will go shorter. So if you look straight down, you will go extremely, like almost nowhere, as you can see. And if you're looking straight up, you will go very far, almost like 25 meters it looks like, and then you could b-hop to around like 32, maybe 35 meters. This is a really good tool to get out of bad situations, and you'll see me using it a lot in my videos or even just live streams. I'll use my kick to get out most of the time, but like I said, if I don't have my kick, then I'll just use the flying mechanic like normal. It's really important to be able to choose between the two, because if you use your kick early to get a kill, and then let's say like there's a hello on your ass, then you need to use your block, your right click, to get out extremely fast. So you should be able to always choose between the two if you're using this character. I also do want to say with the shift, if you're in the air, you have to be careful when using your shift, because it can sometimes just break, like how it did there, and you just miss your kick entirely. So if you're ever going up against fly heroes, I recommend just getting them low enough to the point where you can just use the rest of your kick to the first part of your kick to just one-shot them like that. So never really use your shift if you're just like, if they're half HP in the air, because a lot of the times it will break exactly like that. Like, and most of the time they're moving, so it'll just be extremely hard to like actually hit that kick. I don't know why it actually bugs out like this. It's really weird to me that like sometimes you just can't use the shift in the air and it just like breaks. But also, as you can see here, it looks like if you're above the hero, like you can actually hit the full kick. So like if you're below them, you won't actually hit it, but if you're above the head, you'll hit all of it. So beware of that as well, chat. Also do want to say that whenever you're using your E, which is your harmony recover, your heal, if you're ever 1v1ing an Iron Fist, you can basically out heal all of his damage. So if you're ever 1v1ing an Iron Fist, I recommend just using your E mid fight, just so you can like out heal his damage and basically heal yourself at the same exact time. But you have to be wary against this, because if he's just constantly punching you, he will end up getting his block back extremely fast. So beware if you're going into the 1v1 after the harmony recovery, he will have his block back. Also do want to say harmony recover also works really well against Captain America, because Captain America basically does around the same amount of damage as Iron Fist. So if you're getting even just move stacked with the Captain America just straight up punching you, animation canceling, you will be able to out heal that as well, and just end up blocking it if you really wanted to and get a bunch of overhealth. Another really important tip that you should be using in your next games is whenever you're using your ult, you should always be in the person's face, so you do the maximum amount of damage possible. So what I mean by that is you use the ult and you're just sitting in their face like this, you will always do constant damage. You see how I'm not dashing like how I do right here? I'm not dashing. If I'm in their face, I won't have to dash all the time. I'll just do constant damage until they die. But if I'm far away and let's say that they're moving backward, it'll always pull me back further and pull me closer to the target. So, and that's basically making you lose damage per second. So I definitely don't recommend moving either backwards or moving away from your target if you're doing that. You should always be moving closer during the ult. But yeah, that's basically all the tech that I wanted to show you guys. I'm gonna try and be looking for more tech like on stream and during my videos. But for right now, that is all I have. I will be going into a VOD review and try to go in depth in the VOD review and try to give y'all as much tips as possible during the VOD review. Yeah, but this was basically just a small little tip video just to add on to the guide that I posted before. I definitely recommend checking that out if you haven't already. But yeah, enough yapping, let's get right into the VOD reviews. Alright chat, so this is the next day, and I want to straight get into the VOD reviews because I think I found a pretty good one. He went 23-6, but he had 16 final hits. He was actually SVP on his team. What he said was, so I am relatively new to Marvel Rivals, around 150 hours on the game, and started playing around season 1.5. Managed to get to GM2, but I understand ranks were inflated. Previously played Overwatch 1 and Overwatch 2, same as me, and mainly played Doomfist, same as we. Around Masters level, I would love some general tips on how to get better with Iron Fist, and doing VOD review might help me really understand this character. So far, I've clocked around 18 to 20 hours, pretty good, in this game, and I genuinely didn't know what more I could do with the knowledge that I already have on the character. Many thanks. It seems like he's Diamond 2, which is pretty deep into Diamond. You're getting into them GM ranges. Probably get a GM, maybe 1 or 2 in your game. But it looks like he's struggling with just trying to get better at the game overall. As he said, he had 20 hours on the character, so I want to see what he was doing wrong here, chat. Okay, looks like this is Plat 1. I do want to say, if you are gonna send your VOD reviews in the Cord, I recommend please sending your losses so it's easier for me to see what you're doing wrong. It's really hard to like see what you're doing wrong whenever you're just dominating the lobby, so that would be very helpful if you're ever gonna send your VODs in here. But let's see how he's playing here, chat. That look, he wants some pancakes right now. That'd be so valid. Okay, going on the Wanda. Nice shift, huge kill. Going to okay, you can kill Cap. I would probably go for Neymar, but Cap is a better pick since he can't just sit in your backline. Going for the heals here. I like this. He's using the jump tech that I was talking about earlier. I didn't really explain this before, but you can see that the range is further, which is kind of crazy. Okay, good cleanup. Let's see. It looks like he's just gonna roll the first round. See into the second fight.
Time to heal.
I feel like we're not gonna really know what's going wrong until like it gets into like that overtime stage, because that's when your plays like really matter on Iron Fist, is when you get into that overtime stage. And whenever you're capping point like this, I like that he's chasing this Captain America down. It's really important to be doing that on Iron Fist, because you're basically like the only one that can stop him. Okay, so here I don't think this was necessarily a bad play. Him going off of the Captain America and then tracking to the Emma Frost. This was good because he's backing the Captain America up, but blocking here was a little weird. Going to the Emma after a failed block is cool, but whenever you have a failed block like that, you should always be paying attention to your HP. And I'm sorry, I don't even know why I got off of him. But notice how he has no HP here, and he's in his empowered form, has 13 seconds left on his cooldown, so he's like almost guaranteed to blow up here if he stays in this fight. So basically he stayed in this fight too long and was able to get peeled out because he was in the fight with no block. See how he has 6 seconds left on his block, and he could have used his shift to get out, or literally just used the movement from his block. He could have just used the movement of his block to set up behind them and just get right here, get this health pack. He would have been max HP, and then going into the next fight, actually been able to kill a support, maybe even just pressure a support out. But like I said, that was just like somewhat like awareness type of thing, and you should always be paying attention to stuff like that whenever you fail a block, is to always be getting out. Even if you want to deal a little bit of damage, you can deal a little bit of damage, but you should always be getting out because you have no block cooldown. Okay, here chasing the Spider-Man, I like that kick, forcing him to use cooldowns. Going on to point, nice. I would track that dagger, track that dagger. Oh, where are you going, brother? Okay, good pick. I would still try and find the dagger, but oh. Killer, dude, killer. No, see, okay, look. Oh my God, why did the sun just come up? Ah! Bro, the fucking sun just came up in my room. But so instead of like, it seems like you got lost when the dagger kind of like ran away there. The best play for like to track a dagger is always be paying, like always be just staring up. You shouldn't be looking at anything else but the dagger. And it's really easy, in my opinion, to track a dagger if you're just like focusing her. See, look. So here, like, you see daggers moving, you'll see like a small trail, like, and you'll always see like these black outlines right here, and then you see this trail right here. You should always be paying attention to this trail because that's where the character is going to be. And it seems like you kind of lost her here, and if you didn't lose her here, you could have most likely just killed her in the air and she wouldn't have gotten that ult off. See, she's at 70% ult charge here, so if you would have actually killed her earlier, you would have won the fight like way earlier. But it seems like you weren't really paying attention to the tracking there. I do have Luna. I was looking at the wrong cloak. Wait, hold on. Let me go back. Did cloak have ult there the whole time? Okay. No, she didn't. She was 92. You could have definitely killed her before the ult, but it's okay. Going on to Luna. This is the next fight. Ooh, yeah. Just get out. Honestly. Ooh. See. It don't seem like he fucked up there, which he really didn't, and that's why she didn't kill him. But a small tip that I can give you guys is you should always be punching, like, just so you don't die in situations like that. When you kick, you should instantly be punching instead of like jumping. Like, you see how he's out there now. He, like I said, he didn't really make a mistake because he started punching right after, but it was very close, and you should never give them the time to be able to kill you with that. Like he has, I feel like Iron Fist has too much mobility to not be able to not live there, you know? Okay, going right side with the Spider-Man. I like this play. I love the Iron Fist flanks, man. Unfortunately, your Spider-Man got diffed. Much in the air a little bit. What I also noticed as well is, okay, I'm gonna go really in depth. I'm feeling it right now. I can't lie, chat. But so what I also noticed, whenever you're playing Iron Fist, if you're just like punching mid-air, it lets the enemy know where you are. So like doing this, you see how he punches and it makes the little sound of the of him punching in the air. They can literally just look up and hear you. So in higher rank lobbies, people are paying attention to sounds like that. It sounds crazy, but they really are, and that can fuck up your dive. And you see here, it kind of fucked up his dive here. I mean, he probably wouldn't have been able to kill the dagger here, but at least he would have been able to get some damage off if he was actually tracking to the dagger instead of like punching the air here. See how now he's tracking and now they just turn around. But you see how she like reflectively just placed down the bubble. She had no, like, she knew you were there because you were punching it in the air, and she placed the bubble, which makes her unkillable to an Iron Fist. So here is just like bad engage. You get out now, and then you reset. Oh, okay, don't get out, I guess. Oh, Venom's there. Oh, you used your kick. Yeah, you shouldn't really ever use your kick on a dagger until she uses the bubble and the that was a good block. And the little black dash thing that she has that makes her invisible. You shouldn't never use your kick on a dagger unless she used both of those. Like you need to know 100% that she used both of those. Okay, going on dagger. Okay, you're playing way too obvious here. This is what I mean as well, is you have to play like a ninja, chat. You see how he's playing it wide open here and his team is not even here? Now this dagger and this Luna and this Spider-Man has time to react to your dive. So no matter what you dive here, they're going to get healed because they see you diving. Actually, probably not, because Spider-Man is here. But if Spider-Man wasn't here and you were just in the open like this is just bad plays in general, because now there's at least 3 to 4 people who's looking to counter your dive. And it looks like you just go into a bad position in general and you had to reset, yeah. Okay, playing counter dive a little bit. I wouldn't chase the Spider-Man. Chasing Spider-Man is just never the play. Okay, you guys are down one right now. Ulting on point. I would get away from that ult. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, chasing the Spider-Man is not the play here, dude. I'm gonna go after it. Yeah, okay. So I was gonna say I'm gonna do it as soon as he dies. But so the play here, instead of like okay, so in my opinion, your engage wasn't too bad. It was probably like a C tier at best. But in this situation like this, where you have your ult on point, your best bet is to always go for the healers. Like, first of all, if you go for the healers and let's say that the team peels for you, you can always just back up to point and get max HP. So you going for the healers is your best option, and that is 100% your best option at all times. Like, unless your tanks are like in your backline and you're already too late on the dive on their backline. So that is literally the only time you should really go for the tanks. Like a Captain America, let's say he was in your backline, but clearly it doesn't matter here since you have dagger ult on point. Right here you had a perfect engage on this dagger, and you kind of just left her alone. You can never leave dagger alone after she uses that little dash shit. Like, this is literally the freest pick of your life if she uses that. So Instead of I don't really know what you did here. I think you just kind of got confused after the Emma. But honestly, just taking the focus off of the dagger, or the Emma off of your team onto the dagger, is probably the best bet. But it looks like you went to go and fight this Spider-Man for absolutely no reason. You could have been in their backline with your Venom, been tearing shit up back here. And this dagger is half HP. I mean, she's not anymore, but look, that's a free kill. And then you kind of just engaged way too late and then ended up dying for it. Sometimes you gotta play risky to get risky picks, and that's really important with Iron Fist, because you can play extremely risky and get your block back. Okay, strange CP to point. Wasted your block. Okay. I don't know why you used your block so early. That was a little weird. I would still go for supports here, I'm not gonna lie. Just try and build all here. Honestly, that's your best bet. Good blocks. Keep killing supports. Keep killing supports. Keep killing supports. Shifter. Nice. Good pick. Okay, now you just get out. Yeah. Honestly, that was still a good engage. They got 99. Oh, that's the other team. Oh, y'all lost this. Okay, never mind. That was not a good engage. But yeah, I feel like after that first round, the main things you should be working on is awareness, positioning, and just paying attention to enemy cooldowns, because that's extremely important as Iron Fist, and that's a part of the awareness thing that I was talking about, is being aware of the enemy's cooldowns, like especially the supports. So like, let's say if Luna didn't have her stun, it's really important to be focusing on that, because Luna can't stun you. If Dagger hasn't used her bubble, or if Dagger used her her invincibility tactic, or whatever the fuck is, I don't know what that ability is called, but if they don't use those abilities, or they use them, you should always be paying attention to that, because they are the freest kills of your life if they use those early or the wrong way. And that's what you'll see in like in my gameplay, is I'm always paying attention to certain stuff like that. Is the cooldowns are extremely important, especially if you're gonna be on their backline at all times. Okay, see, Luna used sleep, Dagger used bubble. Ooh, I would commit there. Why did you stop? What? Okay, so this is what I was saying earlier. Risky plays for high risk, high reward, chat. So here, Dagger used bubble. Yes, there is a Luna here, but you also, oh wait, no, wait, okay. I might have trolled. See, I'm getting confused. On the colors, bro. I keep thinking that blue is his team. Okay, so this was a great escape. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I thought he was throwing here, but I got confused by the colors. Okay, they use Luna ult. You guys are even right now. Go after this Dagger, because she's not in the Luna ult. Shift. Okay, not shift. Sometimes I like to shift there, because you could get lucky and end up killing her before she gets in. Get out! Whew. Nice, good escape. I will ult here. Just ult. Yep. Go straight to the backline. Just annoy the backline. That's your whole job this game. Because it seems like your team is kind of just lacking. That's a really good pick. I will keep going on a Dagger. She's probably gonna. Ooh, nice kill. Okay. I was gonna say she's gonna get away, but he killed her before that. Killed the cap. Now you guys just clear up the fight. Really good. And that's what I also think is like really important, is like if you're always on the backline annoying them, your front line has a better chance at killing the other front line, or just a random DPS, because the healers are trying to heal each other. So that's why I think Iron Fist is really strong, just for taking that focus away from the supports on top of their tanks and their DPS. Let's see what he does here though. Healing before they engage. I fuck with this. After, okay. No, okay. Yeah, ooh, okay, high risk, high reward. Okay, see, this is what I like. That's what I like. Yes, sir. Oh, she hits you? How did she hit you? Bruh, she had to like, oh, she got the fucking E on you. That's tough. Honestly, I think that's still a good pick, because now they're down to support and they only have Dagger on point, which is really strong here. Unfortunately, you did die though. I don't think. Let's see if your team clears anything. I don't know if they will. Okay, you're still holding point. See, that was a big pick. High risk, high reward, chat. It's really important to know that on this character, because you can one tap basically anybody. Not healing before this engage is crazy. Ooh, okay. Not really much he could have done there. I would hold her off. Oh my gosh, she's slow. What is she doing? Oh, if only you had shift there. Okay, that's you guys' ult. It was kind of a early ult, I feel like. I would keep focusing the Dagger. Keep focusing. Shift. Nice. Go on the Dagger. Or, not Dagger, Luna. Go on the Dagger now. What are you doing? They have one support. Go on the Dagger. What are you doing? Why are we not on the Dagger? Oh, man. You're just, like, their team is just getting max heals now. Okay, Dagger died, which is fine. That's how you clear up the fight, but I'm telling you, instead of focusing the Bucky there, I would definitely focus the Dagger now, just so the Bucky can't get healed. It's not that big of a difference, but in a high rank lobby, that could potentially lose you a game if you don't focus that Dagger, because she could have maybe had ult or something. You're getting really good picks here. I really like this. What I like to do outside of the strange portals, as soon as they strange portal, this is really strong. As soon as they strange portal, I always focus the strange because he's always in the worst position possible and he like almost never gets healed. I don't know why, but it's always just a great play to focus the strange. As you can see here, he just insta kills him. Chase the dagger, chase the dagger, chase the dagger. Okay, I mean this is fine, but they're getting heals now. Okay, your Spidey killed the dagger, which is fine. I'll just chase the cap. Yeah, really big pick. Nice, GG's or a grunt. That was a really strong round from him. I felt like he could have. I felt like he could have maybe focused the supports a little harder and killed them a little sooner instead of having his team kill them. And I felt like he was just helping his team a lot more often than he was trying to like solo carry. Which is, I mean, it's not bad to do, but it could potentially sell you games because most of the time teammates are bad. Ooh, this is a really good fight. Oh, he got swung up into the air by Spider-Man, so we couldn't kick him. That's unfortunate. Ooh, does he die? Nah, he doesn't die. Chat, let's go! Let's go! Okay. Go straight to the back line, sis dagger. Yep, I will kick her early here. Nice. Oh, okay, nice. Honestly, kicking early isn't bad sometimes, especially when you... What are you doing, dude? What the hell was that? But I was saying, like, honestly, kicking isn't bad when you do it early if you know you have a second dive with you, because you can secure a kill extremely easy. But here, this is just a bad engages. I'm not gonna lie, sitting in front of a Psylocke's face as Iron Fist is never a good play. Even though they had the Loki here, this shit, like, just with the solo Psylocke is never a good play. And then also you have Emma in diamond form just ready to fuck your shit up. So I would honestly just not even play this like this here. I don't know if you didn't have shift. Okay, you had no cooldown, so there was like really no choice. Never mind. But yeah, you never want to sit in a dagger's face because she still has that opportunity of one-shotting you. Even if you have your overhealth from your block. Okay, I would just play safe for that. At least go behind her. Yep. Oh, okay. That's a bad engage kick. I'm not gonna lie. See now, if you actually had your kick there, you would basically get free pick. What are you ulting? I'm not even gonna complain because I'll be doing that sometimes. Y'all be seeing me in streams, bro. I'll be doing that sometimes, but that is a bad ult. I'm not gonna lie. You ulted as soon as like as soon as dagger ulted. I mean, it's not even really a bad ult. It's kind of just like an unlucky ult. Why are you going after the person who's getting actively healed? Bad place. Bad place. Don't have block. I'm not gonna lie. You're doing a lot of bad plays back to back. At first it was the Loki, and then it's using your shift early. It's using your block early. At that moment, what did you do? I'm sorry. There was a lot. I was thinking about a lot there. Oh, you went after. So okay, look. You have to be paying attention whenever you're going on a dive. Be paying attention to the healing. So you see these little white lines right here? That means Loki is getting constantly healed right here. So this is just bad engages. All the way, bad engages. And you should never really dive Loki first because he has those clones and he's able to, one, deal hella damage at once. And then two, he might have that runes there for perchance. Let's see if he actually had it. Okay, he didn't have it, which it could have been a decent engage if he wasn't getting healed. But in my opinion here, first of all, your team's dead, so you just engaging here kind of doesn't really help your team. And then also, like, dagger's just infinitely a better engage here because it looks like Loki wasn't even focused on the dagger here, I don't think. Yeah, he wasn't. He was trying to heal frontline. So if you were to dive the dagger, would have probably been a better choice here instead of diving the person who was actively getting healed. But also, you should also be aware of what's happening in this fight, and you only have 2 people up, and the rest of your team is dead. So engaging here in general is just a bad place, even if you did do the right play and engage the dagger. I don't know if he dies here though. But he does die. Okay.